as usual, when I went back through the videos, oh, there's things I forgot to say and, things I describe incorrectly. These videos aren't perfect. They're a journey of discovery and trying to share those discoveries. So let's check our actions and we'll discover we have a few problems that we can fix rather easily. Now, playing out the first action, the upsampling, this takes a moment. And oh boy, is our result startling. Doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong because we're making textures, but would you expect this to pop out of that original image? Oh my. Now, we're on the touch-up layer, which is good, so we can play our next action. Now, before we combine all these, we want to make sure they work. We'll click on black and white, and now look where we end up. If we unfurl this, come down to the last, we end up with this layer selected, and that is not what we want. We want this folder selected. So let's go ahead, click record, click on the folder. Now we've selected that. And we can go ahead and twirl that shut, but it seems like that's not getting, is that without make visible? Well, so it did record that. That's what that without make visible means. So now the next time we play this black and white action, we are going to get that result. And if you don't believe me, let's throw this away. Come up to the touch-up layer, make sure it's active, come up to black and white and play that. It doesn't close, so it doesn't record that closing action. I think we can handle the close, right? Now levels, which would have ended up inside the black and white folder had we not fixed that, is created, and notice that levels isn't selected, but next we're going to level settings, so that's not a problem yet. So now we can come to level settings, play it, and we have all this selected, but now before the textures folder, we need to come into level settings, scroll all the way down. There's a lot of actions here. Go to the bottommost layer, click record, and then click on levels so that we have that folder selected. And yeah, we should twirl this shut, but it's not going to remember that. Remember? So now we can stop that, click on the textures folder, and now the textures folder will now wind up inside the levels folder. We can play that, and we're all set, ready to jump through the hoops we need in order to say, hey, we need to make layer comps. What's this? Let's click on this, and our journey through our automatically generated textures, which may or may not be exactly what we're looking for. I think that's a pretty cool texture, but there are darker versions of this waiting to be discovered. How cool. Yes, it was a lot of work to set this up, and I'll tell you right now, we've barely begun to scratch the surface of what we can do with expanding this action, and we will get there. So I hope you got those changes made so that this action works perfectly for you, and you can go ahead and quickly turn any base image into a series of textures.